Alright, so I'm going to do a little pause. Hi, my name is Susanna Harmon. I'm a physical therapist, women's clinical specialist, and also really enjoy treating oncology patients. I created a webpage called livebeyondbreastcancer.com in order to help patients, physicians, and therapists understand what we can do to help patients alleviate the side effects of cancer treatment. I am so excited to have Lisa Sherman here with us today. Lisa is an acupuncturist and yoga guru, and she is going to be teaching us how to perform acupressure points to alleviate the side effects of cancer-related fatigue. We're going to be doing a 3-part series based upon the literature that you'll be able to find on Live Beyond Breast Cancer's blog post site. Today we're going to be starting with what Lisa calls a quick fix in order to alleviate fatigue. Thank you so much for being here with us.
It's my pleasure.
Great. So where do we start?
So the points that I'm going to share with you today are a quick energy boost, and it's a little treatment that you can do for yourself in about 3 or 4 minutes, and at the end of that you should feel a little bit perked up, have a little bit more energy so that you can take that next step to do something else healthy, like go and do your physical therapy or cook yourself a nutritious meal or something like that.
Well, we like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 3 points that I'm going to share with you. There's one called large intestine 4, which is on the hand.
Okay.
There's one on the top of the head called do 20, and then I'm also going to share not a third point, but a breathing technique from the yoga tradition called shining skull breath.
I love that name.
And there's one contraindication, which is that the large intestine 4 point should not be pressed on or stimulated if you're pregnant or if you think that you might be pregnant, because it's one of the points that's used to stimulate uterine contractions to start labor. So we don't want to press on this point if you're pregnant or you think that you might be.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, let's get started because I haven't had my coffee yet this morning.
All right, so the first point, large intestine 4, is located in the fleshy V between the index finger and the thumb. So one way that you can find and stimulate this point is to slide your thumb into that fleshy point and just kind of wiggle it around, circle it around until you feel a sensation, and you'll just feel it like, oh yeah, there it is. You'll know when you've pressed on it.
Yep.
Another way, a second way to locate this point that I like, is to press the index finger and the thumb together, so you form a little mind here. And then the point is located at the top of that little mind that you've created.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you press on there, that should locate the point.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes that's easier. And the way that we're actually going to stimulate the point today is not by the traditional acupressure method, where you press and hold the point or circle it. We're going to use the other hand in what I call the karate chop in order to stimulate the point. Now that doesn't mean that you want to hit this hand so hard that you cause bruising. In fact, if you bruise easily, you should go very gently and maybe just kind of tap the point with the tip of the fingers. Otherwise, we're going to take a loose hand and use the bony part of the side of the hand to stimulate the point, like this. You want to try that? So you're not going to get a bullseye every time, but every now and again you're going to hit right on the point and you're going to go, oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a little kind of like a slightly dull, achy feeling, slightly sort of nervy feeling almost.
Kind of feels good though.
Yeah, and that sensation, that dull, achy sensation, is the acupuncture feeling we call it de qi, or the arrival of the qi, and it means that special kind of nerve fibers are being stimulated by the pressure, and that's what sends the acupressure signal to the brain, and from the brain then we can activate the nervous system. Alright, so about a minute like that, and then change to the other side, locate the point, squeeze the index finger and thumb together, make your little mind, that's your target, and then gentle karate chop.
It feels different from one side to the other.
Yeah, people often say that one side is more tender. For me, today the right side is more tender. Alright, so
On
about
the
a
left,
minute.
we're yin and yang.
Perfectly harmonized. Alright, okay, after about a minute, you can let that go. And once you've done that, maybe sit for a moment, close your eyes. You'll probably feel a tingling in your hands and fingers.
Absolutely.
and you might feel that the mind is a little brighter. All right. So the second point, do 20, or governor vessel 20, is on the crown of the head. And we're not going to worry too much about getting the exact location, because we're going to use the fingertips of both hands to stimulate the entire crown of the head. It's like giving yourself a little kind of wake up head massage. So take the tips of the fingers, take them to the crown of the head, and just gently kind of tap.
Okay. I can see myself doing this with my patients, getting a good giggle.
Yeah, and you can just move your fingers around. There's the do 20 point at the crown of the head, and it's surrounded by 4 points called Shishen Kong. And these are all points that, from a traditional perspective, draw energy up to the head. They draw energy up through the channels to the crown of the head.
I like to hear about it that way.
About a minute of doing that. And again, you can just rest for a moment afterwards, close your eyes a little bit, check in, see if you feel any different.
I do.
Good, it's working. And the third technique that I'm going to show is a breathing technique. It comes from the yoga tradition. It's called shining skull breath. And that's because it's kind of like pressing the accelerator pedal on the nervous system. It's going to pep you up. It's going to oxygenate the blood and bring oxygen to the brain. And the best way to describe it is as if you've got something in your nose and you're trying to sniff it out.
Okay.
So it's a forceful exhale through the nose, in and out through the nose. The exhale is forceful and the inhale is relaxed. And the best way to do it is just to show you.
Okay.
All right, so take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Breathe in halfway. And then begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. And out.
I need to practice my pranayama breath.
Yeah. So you should be able to feel that the mind is a little brighter, that maybe your heart's beating a little bit faster.
Yeah, but I have this feeling of relaxation too. I feel more awake, but more relaxed as well.
Well, that's what we want. A balance in the nervous system, kind of awake, but chilled.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna laugh so hard when I have to do this in the clinic with my patients, but it's good for me too. So in our next session, Lisa is going to be teaching us acupressure points for a more sustained boost of energy.
Yep.
All right. See you next time.
Thanks.
All right. Good. What do you think?